Hello again, it's Kofi again. Welcome to another episode of the After Five podcast, the podcast that seeks to inform and educate our listeners and viewers. Today we have a very important personality, a superstar on the show. He is a gospel artist, a man of God. Today we're going to have lots of conversations about his music and his life as well, just to put him out, if we're able to get to know him even more. His name is Mr. Qweci Oteng. Mr. Qweci Oteng, welcome to the
Yes,
show.
sir. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I think that for me, my first introduction to you was your music. God They Bless Me. That was the first time I heard about
I
you.
see.
Yes, that was, and I mean, it was a national hit, maybe even a global hit. It was a very
Yeah,
huge
yeah,
song.
yeah.
But before you even get into that, I just want to know how Qweci Oteng started. Where you grew
Okay.
up.
Well, I grew up in Tema,
Okay.
and my music started developing from Lighthouse Chapel International, Tema Community 8. At the time, I had joined the choir, and faithfulness to service. Uh, I mean, because I would go for rehearsals, and I was there like also a part of the praise and worship team for years. I didn't enter music as like a means to make money or like no, like I as I became a Christian and I started doing church music, it became part of me. It was like a means that I used as serving God, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like I've always seen music as like a means that uh, I mean, engage to serve the Lord, and which is part of the teachings that the church I was in taught us and educated us on, like work for the Lord and all of that. So music was like an avenue to do that, and so for years I've been in church and my music developed from there. So I
Okay.
started writing songs for the choir to sing. Then I started recording songs, and I recorded quite a few songs before I got recognized.
Okay. So I think you said the church you were in. Is that the church you are still in, or you? Because you
Oh,
see.
I'm doing other things, but
Okay.
I'm engaged there. My family is still.
Okay. Wonderful. So, aside the music, your life, you said before when you became a Christian, so it means that there was a point in time that you were not.
Oh, yes, of
Yes,
course.
yes. So, just a little bit about that. How was Qweci Oteng before you became
Oh,
this?
I mean, like an everyday guy. I mean, being part of every other thing before. Like I used to like enjoy going to clubs and sitting there for a long time because I love the music, especially
The music
the end of the
session.
when everybody is gone. Like they play some cool music, and I loved it. And so at the time, I didn't feel there was nothing in me that wanted to do music, but I had a love for good singing and things.
Because the voice has always been there. You've always had the voice, the singing
No, I
voice.
developed it.
Oh wow!
Yes,
Because just last, I was listening to some of your songs, and I was like, the voice is incredible.
yes.
The voice is
Mm-mm.
is you can rub shoulders with a lot of
Oh
vocalists.
yes, of
Yes.
course. I I drank and ate global music. As much as I love and respect and like value our cultural music here, uh, I felt like our music has can have the capacity of rubbing shoulders with the global stage, like on stage globally with everybody else, and so that I pursued that, and so I learned after certain people, to train. I was not always a great singer. Yeah.
It will be hard for me to believe because you
Yes.
sing very very well, and also so you said the clubs, you enjoy the clubs at that time, and then you became a born again Christian, and
Yes.
so now but before even that, your school you school in Tema, did you
I schooled in Tema. That
Okay.
was
Okay.
secondary school. Even way younger, Goshen,
Okay.
Community 11. Then St. Andrews, that was in Community 11 also. Then Marine,
Okay.
that school I think is no more. Then I went to John Tay.
Okay.
Then I came to Datus. Then I went to Unified Secondary School. And
Okay.
that's where I did my secondary education.
Okay. Okay. Great. So, growing up, the family setting, how was it like? Was it, a Christian family? How was the
It wasn't
upbringing
a
like? Yes.
Christian family, but my mom has always loved God.
Mm.
Because a lot of pastors used to visit our house and our home, and she would go to prayer places to pray and things. My father was a Catholic.
Oh.
Of course, I grew separately with my mom. My father, so he was a Catholic. Whenever I would visit him, he would take me to like Catholic church services, mass. He goes there. We go there, Holy Spirit Cathedral.
Okay.
That's where we used to go to. We go there like 5 a.m. for the morning mass every time. So it wasn't easy, like be with him because military style. Because early he wakes up to pray, and like my father. So yes, but that was not like an influence. It was okay. I was observing all that, but it was not influencing me because I mean, I remember I used to go somewhere with my father. My father, well, the Catholic, they have a lot of statues. Joseph,
yes.
Mary. So when we go to every statue, he would let me pray psalms, and then he can pray. And when we get to Psalm even 119, and 119 is not it's about hundreds, But he wants me to read all like. So sometimes when we go to a place and I know that maybe there's about 20 statues to go to,
it's not easy.
I check that it's about 20 verses. Then I read like 3. I tell him that we are done. Then we'll move to the next one. Yeah. So my father, and my parents, my mom.
Your mom's.
But it wasn't like a home because everything else was also happening around. Like yes, but it was a home that was pursuing to be great community people, like be a blessing to people. I mean, people would come to the home, like yeah. So
your let me say conversion, because people go to church, they're not actually Christians. So what actually triggered that? What got you into that?
Someone visited at the time, a tenant in our house.
Okay.
And, the pastor asked that, Qweci, can you visit us in church tomorrow? At the time, I was like an area, a lot of the boys that wanted to gamble, they used to come to our house plenty. So on a normal day, you'd have like 25 to 30
boys
coming from the whole of them are everywhere. They are coming to meet each other and gamble. And me, I was there. And sometimes I would do some, or I collect money from every table.
I mean,
they were doing it to them.
Pools, you're taking taxes.
I was taking my taxes. Yeah, and so I was deep in all that type of. Then someone came to me and invited me to church. Then I went to church. I kind of liked the idea that I go to a place that I feel encouraged, because I was having a lot of situations at the time in my youth. But then,
how old were you at this time? Your age around that time? Still a teenager, I believe.
14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. And look what happened.
I know.
Yeah. So that's it. Then I was invited to church. I kind of like the whole idea of church, of going to church and all of that. So from that time, I've not stopped going to church, and that's a lot of years now.
That's wonderful. So the church was when the music started.
Church is where the music started. But there were glimpses before church. The thing about the Holy Spirit is that He activates gifts. There are several gifts. Most people, like me, like this. I was very timid. When like my friends were playing football, like when you have 11, 10, like 11 people are here, 10 people are here. If they want one person to sit down, they tell me to go sit down.
Because no, you not fight back.
I don't fight back, But church turned me into another you know.
person.
Yes, that's, like, I was not somebody
Performances
like
are quite
sometimes.
electrifying,
Yeah,
of course.
sometimes when I was about to go on stage,
Mm-hmm.
like when I was starting, I'll be shaking. I remember when I was younger, our school rehearsed the play. When I got to the stage, I couldn't talk, you know, because I had a
Stage
certain
fright.
type of,
Yeah.
yes, and so the word of God and the presence of God and the whole community of church and the opportunity to serve people all developed in me. A leadership character that, like wherever I am, I find a way of serving, of being part of how things are done. You know, I remember I started small. I used to be the one that rents instruments for our church.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes by 1 a.m. that I still haven't gotten an instrument. I will knock doors. By morning there will be instrument sets, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I will be the one to arrange all the chairs, arrange pulpits, arrange electrics, all those things. You know, I remember TDJs came to Ghana
Mm-hmm.
first. At the time, TDJ's first time in Ghana, I did all the groundworks, all the bookings, all the bank transfers, and like everything that people move. I was doing it.
Doing that.
I was very, very, very young
Young.
at the time. So all of those things help, like brought me around the things of God, and yeah, I remember when TDJs came, he came with a singer, and the guy sang so well, and I had the tapes. There was two or three tapes. The only tapes that recording were with me,
Oh wow.
and we had not duplicated them at the time. So I was listening to it at home, and I'll listen and play back that singing for a long time, and all those things helped me grow and learn. Yeah.
So would you say God They Bless Me was your biggest song at the time?
Yes, at the time, God bless me because I had I was producing, um, but you see, by the grace of God, songs I was coming up with was influencing a community, but it wasn't huge. But it was influencing the contemporary community. The contemporary community was gathering, but it wasn't a national conversation. It was just underground there. People like Daninete was pushing, and sometimes when you hear Daninete singing at uh, uh, Miss Ghana, or you hear him singing at an event or something. But we were emerging. We were not part of Ghana Music Awards. They were not inviting us or nominating us. Radio stations were not playing contemporary gospel music. The max they will play is American music. But in Ghana, they will be playing local music. Uh, and some stations would play contemporary because Neil Kai was also breaking through with Mijioyi,
Yeah.
Nuncho, and Danilete was like the face that everybody knew for a certain global style of singing, but the community had not accepted it, and gradually, people from my community started like trying to change their style to sound they accepted. But I was part of the people who were like, let's stick to what we're doing, let's write our own songs. And so, like, you would go to concerts, then um, maybe the choir they've prepared like 25 foreign songs. I don't know if you've been there. Have you tried the choir before?
No, I haven't. Back in the senior high school, I had a friend who was in the choir. He joined so that he would not be part of general cleaning. But no, I've never been part of the choir. Yeah.
Okay. So, um, uh, people were recording, but they not recording like concerts. They will rehearse like Kirk Franklin song. They will be, but when you come to my concert, I was playing my own
Your own
songs.
songs.
If you invite me, people will come and sing public domain songs. When I come on stage, if it's 4 or 3 songs I have,
Your own
I'll
songs.
sing my own songs. And so it started changing the narrative You understand? It started changing the narrative bit by bit by bit. Then God bless me emerged in the midst of that. I had released some songs, Okurayen, but for your mercy, you know.
Yeah, I went through your catalog, and you have
Yeah.
some live live
Yes,
songs
yes,
too on
yes,
Apple
yeah,
Music
yeah,
that I think
yeah,
I enjoyed really. But God bless me, what, because that's, to me, that was a huge song
yes,
that year, probably one of the most popular songs in
yeah,
the
very
country.
much.
Yes. So what inspired that? Because, and interestingly, I realized that your style of music is, even though it is gospel, it has this, I don't want to say, it's not rock, but it's very moving. You would, it would get you to move, and I love that. So for God bless me, I know it was written by you. So what inspired you to go for a song, to write that song? And
I there's a scripture that says that whosoever shall say to this mountain, be thou removed, be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things he says shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he says. And so then it means that the principle of God is that you shall have whatsoever you say. All right. And so I felt like, why don't we have a song that whilst people are singing it, they are prophesying good things into their lives? Because I am, as a songwriter, I am one who believes that people have used songs to contribute to a mindset that don't work for people. What a songwriter writes or says is what people put on their lips and sing. So I wanted people who may not be experiencing favor to say that, see the favor on me, or people who may not be experiencing blessings. Maybe they feel like life is hard
yes, things
or
are not going their
something.
way.
Like they will sing a song like "It be God they bless me." Um, Mind change is very important to me, and it runs through all my songs. Mind change.
I mean, is it I win? It's a new song this
Yes,
year. You
I
have I
win.
win.
Even
Yeah, yeah.
no, I win is there, but this year I have your love. But like, if you follow the trend of my
Mm-hmm.
music, there are songs I sing to God. There are songs I sing as like affirmative.
Mm-hmm.
You
Prophesying
know,
into your own life, so
yes,
to speak.
yes, and those songs are songs of encouragement. People go through a lot. That the least you can do as a singer or a musician is to provide them songs that have prophetic relevance. And songs with prophetic relevance have a way of engaging you, the listener.
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever somebody has written has an impact, whether you are listening to it or you are singing along. And me, for people who sing songs that I write, I want them to leave the place, or to, by the time they are done, they are feeling better, they are thinking better, doors are opening in their lives. And so God bless me had that concept to have music that people can use as a prophetic. So from the planes I fly, at the time I wrote that part, I hadn't been on a plane before,
Mm.
but I was singing from the planes I fly, and people felt at the time that I was bragging.
Mm.
Like, hey, he's bragging. I was not bragging. I was speaking things into my
Into your
life,
life.
and it became my reality.
Mm-hmm.
Where
It's pouring the
I've
tongue, like
traveled
they say.
around the
Mm-hmm.
world because of music. I mean, all the times I've been out, it's not like I'm going to visit or
Mm-hmm.
something. Like, maybe I live in Ghana.
Yes.
But if I'm moving outside Ghana, I'm going out because of music. Of course, I'll do that on other events. I was in Dubai the other time. Somebody asked me, "What did you go to?" I thought I was going to. No, I asked. I said, "I'm here for a TV
Mm-hmm.
interview." Music had brought me for a TV interview. So yeah, I mean, mind change is important to me, and that was the intent. The intent is that when people listen to it, the intent for creating anything is very important, and the intent behind that song is not to brag, no, but to use the mouth to speak things that, if they are not there, becomes a reality for
Mm-hmm.
people. Yes. So
It's
if it's
interesting that.
money, if it's houses, which is good.
Yeah, they are good things.
Which are blessings.
Blessings,
yes.
of course.
And it's also a music force to remove all anti-money, anti-blessing spirits. Some people think like poverty,
Struggling
struggle, is a
way to
please God, or it's a way to learn lessons. When I was young, I used to think or see problems as like something lesson. But when you grow small, you realize that no, it is coming to mess you up. Problem is not here to come and teach you. That was the conversation I was having with somebody.
I agree.
It's coming to mess you up. So if we prepare ourselves well, we can also be in a state where they don't stick. Problem don't stick.
Yeah, you can quickly resolve your problems
issues don't stick on anybody. Yes. I love that. It's mostly and usually projected first. You must be speaking, and it was. It's been a concept that non-church religious people use. But certain religious people have also trivialized it. Like they talk anyhow. Oh, you can ask somebody, "How are you?" No, he says, "I'm broke." How are you? I'm not fine. Sometimes nobody is interested, and if anybody will realize it, the moment those words come, then the conversation change. Nobody is inspired by negative statement.
That's very true.
There was a situation in the Bible, and sometimes people think that when they say that they are broke or things are not going well, they will trigger the compassion in people. No, if those things trigger compassion in people, like beggars and
people by the streets they'll be
getting $1 million.
Actually, that's a very interesting
they'll be getting $1 million. No, people are triggered by energy, positivity. You understand? Yes, and so it's part of that whole conversation.
That's a wonderful submission. But I never thought that God They Bless Me was a bragging song. I thought it was a beautiful song, and I agree with you that it's really was very encouraging, because we all need that. Everybody needs some encouragement at every point in time. So that was a wonderful song.
You,
for me, the surprise so far is that you learned how to sing. I find it because your voice yesterday. I was listening to I Win, I think, and I was like,
even I win. I'll sing I Win again in a live setup with crowd. Trusting God that will happen this year.
That would be wonderful.
But I Win. I didn't sing it on a good key. I went. But I understand.
But it sounded very wonderful to me. So
what I believe is that singing is an art. I'll give you an example for you to understand what I'm saying right now. You see Dana Asamoah?
Yes.
Is it Dana Asamoah her name? Yes, Dana
Asamoah is there.
If I give her a song like "I Just Wanna Be Where You Are," dwelling daily in your presence, by the time she finishes singing it, you might be laughing, because she's not skilled at singing like that. But she's a great musician.
Yes, she is.
If you give her Osu Yehudi, Asasi Yehudi, she'll kill it for you. You enjoy it. But I'm an English song, immediately now, then it's like
taken out for.
So it's a skill. It's a skill that is learnt. So because it's an art that applies differently on all grounds. I don't know why I mentioned her name, but perhaps I love and respect her.
Yeah, of course.
It's just an example.
Yes.
There are singers that can sing Twi songs very well, but they can't sing English song. So if singing, knowing how to sing makes you a great singer, then if I give the person an English song, the person should be able to kill it for me. But the moment you move the person to an English territory,
becomes
or a contemporary territory, then you are creating problem for the same person who has a beautiful voice. And so it's a skill that is learned, such that when you understand the principle, you see that there's singing language and there's speaking language. How I say something, if you use it to like Jesus. If I'm singing and I say Jesus right now, it won't sound nice. Like Jesus, I love you.
But there's a way
There's a way to say Jesus. I love, immediately when it comes into singing Jesus, that is ES becomes AS. You see,
all those nuances.
those things like where like you have to put W, all those things play a part. But there are things that people think that oh, this person is gifted. But before you call person that's called gifted, like me, like I had to use voice training. I had to do voice training. I had to do like singing along other people. I've sang along Brown McKnight. I've sang along Boys to Men, Chris Brown, Usher. All these people, I've listened to them. I've learned stuff from them. But my main foundation has been Christian musicians like Fred Hammond, Kate Staten, The Commissioned. I mean, Danny Nete.
So those are
great
your influences.
Yes,
Those
of course.
those who
There's been
influenced your music. Do you
yes.
play any musical instrument at all?
I play drum.
Okay.
I'm trying to learn it.
I was going to guess that you play drums actually because I listen to your songs and I hear a lot of that in
there was a song that had come.
Yes.
There was a song like that. So when we went to the studio, my drummer had played the "It God, it bless me" on the Blame It on the distance.
Blame It on the Alcohol song, yeah, Jamie Foxx.
Then I told him no, it's not nice. I told him that let's use ka. So and my drummer is good. If you give him A, he'll give you Z. So that's it. Yeah. So like for many songs, I'm not like a wild drummer like my drummer. He happens to be my producer, also like a music director of our team. But I give little ideas, then he turns it into gold. Yeah. And so like my little drum idea, well, it comes with composition. Usually when you're a composer, a song that comes to you also comes with a beat.
You can envision a certain
Not
piece
everybody has that
gift.
gift,
talent.
The humility to adapt to change also must be there, yes.
But you have a lot of other songs too, and so I wanted to know, between recording and having a live performance, which one do you enjoy more?
I enjoy live performance.
I can
yes,
understand.
Recording in the studio, you operate in 50% capacity.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's in a live setting that people get to experience who you really are.
So the live works more for you.
Live
so that you
works
enjoy
more. Yeah, live works more, and live is live. Live
I mean, that's
and there was not everybody can record live.
Yes, I agree.
Most musicians are not live.
That's a true testament of your artistry if you are able to do live.
Yes.
I don't think it is easy at all.
Yeah, sometimes I listen to some great musicians. I'm like, I mean, how? Even the concept of production, most people don't know what goes into. Like recently, I've seen productions that have come from like the Ghana music, TGMA, or when productions come from there, like for most of them, they some of them have played raw, but now that type of live performance is not there again. You have to have the original song. You lower the lead out of it. Many times the lead can be inside but lowered. So then what the crowd know to be the song is there.
It's not lost.
Then they play loops around it, and then they have the original stems of the song inside. That way, when that is coming through heavy sound and speakers, the person gets to experience the full music. Coming there just with your drum keyboard and something, So all that packaged is great. Yeah.
So like I came across some of your live recordings on your Apple Music, and I think that they are wonderful. I think that you are doing very well with that. But now I want to talk about it. We've spoken about you enough. I want to talk about the industry, the music industry in the country. Like you say, you stay in Ghana, you live here.
Yeah.
How different do you think the gospel music industry is from the other aspects of our music? So, is there any synergy between the two, gospel music, and then for lack of a better term, secular music? Let's put it that way.
The secular people get to enjoy all the sponsorships, and they get to charge some crazy amounts that you won't think of in the gospel circle.
And I keep wondering what the reason is, because
it's perception.
Okay.
The Christian community, through religion, sees money as the way we behave about money makes it look like it's a bad thing to have
money
or ask for.
money.
But the secular community don't have that judgment, and so an artist can call for 1 million Ghana cedi for a 30 minutes performance,
And it will not be surprising.
and they will be paid.
But if you do,
Gospel, they will knock you.
they will tell you that you are
They will
being
knock
greedy.
you. Yeah, that you are being greedy, and how you can't, like.
But
what?
that is very unfair,
But
because
bro, this is a serious matter.
it is.
The seriousness of the matter is that people outside Ghana who does gospel music, when they are coming, they ask for crazy
When
amounts,
you're coming
and the
from
same
Ghana,
mentality that cannot do that for a Ghanaian person, that same mentality does it for a foreign artist.
so that they don't apply that same sentiment
No.
to a foreign.
A clear example is Ghana Black Stars.
Okay.
The money that will be comfortable paying a white coach, that same mentality cannot pay a black coach like that.
I understand what you're saying.
You see?
That is very unfortunate. So then it means that it's not the gospel music per se. Even though that is a
it's not the gospel music. The gospel music is something that people who do it out of love, like our love for God and
is
the
what-
processes of serving God
is why most of you
has
do
brought
it.
us to a place where now the thing is on a commercial stage. Yesterday I was telling some guy how much I spend for producing one song. Before my song can be ready in Ghana, like one song can be ready, it's about 15,000 cedis.
Just a song.
Yes, one song can be
No
ready.
promotion, nothing.
No, promotion is not. Before
song.
we can play it in a speaker, it's about 15,000 Ghana
Wow.
cedi. Yes.
And people expect
So imagine I have
10 songs.
10 songs. Do you see? And now the system the global music platforms have created is that it doesn't open doors for talents. Talent is no more. I can promote hand clap and get 1 million views.
Yeah, listeners' views. True.
Yeah, it's not about talent, but it's money.
It's money
Put
driven.
money inside. So after you spent all that money, you now have to also come and put money to get your music recognized. There's playlists. If you see a song on playlist, it is not there because the song is nice.
It's been paid
It is
for.
there because it is paid for.
It's been marketed.
If you see a song trending, it is not there because it is sweet. It is paid for. If you see a song moving on TikTok and all that, it is not there because it is sweet. It is paid for.
It's marketed.
Sweet
The marketing
music.
dollars behind it is.
Sweet music is not. There used to be a time where sweet music. No. Like you are talented, I'm talented. No.
That is not enough anymore.
They've closed all doors to talent now. They've closed doors to talent such that you can pick a non-singer, a person who cannot sing, and promote the person to come and get millions of views and things. And so after an artist has done all those investments, do you understand? But you see, how must they also be in a position to promote in a culture that it's not obvious that it is supportive? We have so many singers in churches. Choirs are global stars that don't know who they are. Every choir, wherever 2 or 3 gather, a global event is occurring, but some people will choose to do it in a 4-wall church. That's all right. It's okay. But a person also with vision can transform that choir to become a global sensation. A worship leader who is in church, you understand, can be transformed. The backing that is required for gospel music to thrive, bro. Yeah, talent is not selling anymore. Talent is good. Talent is good. But you see, America have started having conversations to reverse that because they feel like the platforms take all the money and they pay the artists a certain amount, and also it's like without payment, your work does not explore, and you must pay, for the product to explore. And so me, I'm a really of the view like that gospel music. You asked me a question, the balance, and I was telling how the balance seemed to favor secular artists. And me, one of my fears and or the is situations that really I trust God that God will help us overcome is for our work to look creative for the young generation
To get into it is very important.
yes, because if a younger generation is growing up and they realize Shetawale goes on stage and they've carried Ghana must go bags of cash
for him.
for him. Stoneboy goes on stage here and they carry like they are being paid of hundreds of thousands. Do you understand? Then the gospel is they are fighting over. Yeah, you get it. Then any person will
Yes,
will say, huh. But for us, love compelled us to do what we do, and we've crossed boundaries to a place where we've become like prophets, so that we carry crosses that we are okay to look at the imbalance and still be happy and do what we do, and not be bothered like whether they are for us or against us.
Yes, so this is my next question is that I mean when, for example, churches organize programs, you see, for example, if there's a church event at a stadium, you have a huge number of people that attend, right? And my question is that so why are we not leveraging on these programs to invite a lot more gospel artists and pay them their due? Because they are
sponsorship.
Okay, so it means that the sponsors are more comfortable sponsoring other things.
But some sponsors can give you water, you clap for them. Yeah, water. Sponsors can give you water. Give you water, plated water,
but no money.
They'll give you drinks.
That's
You see, like
that's a problem.
If you don't ask, you won't receive. If you don't ask, you receive. Gospel, our training in church does not empower us to ask for money. Okay, so that time I spoke at a conference, and the subject of my conversation was breaking the anti-money spirit. It was a Christian event. A few people were there, and I spoke to them about the misconceptions about money. Like how if you're in church, the 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 silent it's like hush
on money.
Hush on money. It makes it look as if money is a boss. Money is not a boss. Money is a servant. It's not a boss. But if you are here, it's like, hey, we don't talk about money. We don't. Money is a servant. But when you're in church, you feel like money is a boss.
It's like
it's like when money comes into your life, it is coming to change you.
Yes. It's
coming to become you be humble again. Some of the most humble people I've met in my life are rich people.
I agree.
Some of the most proudest people I met in my life are poor people. You're like, I've met rich people. Of course, you see somebody who is, but some of the amazingly, seriously, I've met more rich people who are humble than I've met poor people who are. Why? Do you understand? Because the other day I was with a friend, And he told me that his mother-in-law really likes him. He's married into a good home, and like the mother-in-law calls him, and he makes all important decisions of the family with him. This my friend, the mother-in-law also have other children.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? And boys also there.
Mm-hmm.
But he calls the son-in-law and has they to have major family decision making processes. Then he said, "Oh, he's happy. He's married into a good." I'm saying it's beyond a good home. It's not. It's not that he's married. No, it's money. It's money. I told him that it is the goodness of money that
Yes.
is causing that to happen. It's not because you've married into a good home.
Mm.
Money is a good thing. It fosters good relationships. It makes
does.
people show love and all those things. That's why they're not calling you because of this
You can't
money.
give what you
When
don't
they
have.
talk with you, they see answers.
Exactly.
It's not
Answers come
advice.
through, the answers come through, the vehicle, which is money.
When they
really.
talk to you, they see advice. They see action, not advice.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, let us do it this way. Let us do it. It's mommy. What do you need?
Solutions.
Okay, there are solutions.
Exactly.
You see,
Exactly.
I wonder how such a good thing that people's value is associated to it has been demonized in and clothed in religion, so that it cannot be talked about, or when we talked about it, something bad is happening now.
I agree
I'm
with you.
not. I'm out of that whole web of thought thinking. Sad that the other time I spoke to the young people there, and I was telling them that when the Bible said that the love of money is the root of evil, that English word love has created a big problem for a whole generation, generations upon generation. When I'm sure the suit you've worn, you love it.
Mm-hmm.
The shoe you've worn, it's a very beautiful shoe. Don't tell me you don't love the shoe.
I do.
But most Christians can't say they love money. Yeah. Why? Because they've been taught in church that the love of money is the root. So but you can't hate money and love and have it.
Exactly.
All the people, you listen to a lot of people that have cash, they have a certain fond love because it's a thing. As much as it's a thing, it's also an energy that you have to send good thoughts,
Right signals.
vibes. You know, the other day I was telling somebody that, hey, listen, when you change your mind about money, money will enter your life. You don't have to work for it. The person was surprised. Of course, you have to do, but money does not only come through work.
Hard work.
Work is one. Is the avenue of receiving money. It's not just work. Work is there. You have to work. Without work, you wouldn't be in a position of attracting it. But when our thinking changes about money, money then starts entering our life. And one of the things to overcome is that
Money mindset.
spirit of let's not talk about it. Let's not. You will change. You be this. You be that. It will do you this.
But it's a very interesting statement you just made. But interesting, when the church needs to undertake a project, they take money.
It will
So
shock you.
I find it very interesting
You
that
there-
they are also anti-money because I mean, if we like a friend of mine said, when the church needs a project, we take money.
Yeah.
But when a church member needs help, we ask them to pray.
Yeah.
So there's a disconnect over there, and I agree with you that money is good. Whether you are a secular artist, whether you're a gospel, like you said, you spend 15,000 to get a song out.
A small pool.
You understand? So you need to recoup your money back. It's not charity. You've done a great service by producing the song.
In a situation where people spend 1,000 CDs, they can have a song. People can send 2,000 CDs, they can have a song. But for what I need in my music,
Yes.
you understand? It costs a lot because I want my music to sound like a Maverick. I want my music to sound like
And it is. I mean,
heavy equipment. When you listen to it, I don't want you to say that, okay, this music is from Africa.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
want them to respect music that comes from Africa. And so we're trying to catch and meet the situation. But it's crazy. Even that is within my least expectation. That's my managing a situation. Do you understand? Because I would want the person who makes this for the world's greatest to mix my music. But within my capacity, what I can do now is that whole situation.
So still in the music, are you currently have you ever been attached to a label?
Yes,
A
of
music
course.
label?
Some time ago.
Okay. So
Yes.
now you are independent.
Now I'm independent. Yes.
Okay. So between the two, which one would you go for? I mean, there are labels. People always have this discussion. Should I be on a
I'll
label?
go for
Should I be?
partnership.
Okay.
I'll go for partnership because when I did, I was with BBNZ.
BNZ, yeah.
BBNZ came after they heard my second song, the song I released after God They Bless Me, which means that they started noticing me when God They Bless Me was on. Prior to releasing God They Bless Me, I had struggled to do everything. Monies I have to use for something is what I would use to produce something. That's how I got something. So when the BBNZ people had a conversation that, we want to help you, I felt like that would be great.
It was a no-brainer, yes.
We signed a contract, but in the end, I didn't feel like I didn't see what what that whole capacity would have done for me. But that is in general. BBNZ did amazing things. They had a billboard for me at the Spintex right here.
Okay.
That was amazing. It changed it. It amplified my image in the country. We recorded a few songs, and that was great. I've always respected our relationship. So far, people have tried to put words in my mouth. There was a time when somebody went to say that somebody was having an issue with their artists. Then they went to say that, look at Qweci, BBNZ raised him up. Then when he became popular, he left them. So I had to go and explain that. BBNZ came into my life after God They Bless Me. Then it hit them because their height of Qweci was God They Bless Me. So if I tell them that
it was after,
I was after, then you should understand what I'm talking about, because they came. I released a song, When I Think About You. The night they released it on YFM, then I had a call from one of the guys there saying, let's have a meeting, blah blah blah, and we did what we could do within our capacity, of course. But I wish a better effort for any artist who signs on a label, but usually the position an artist is in before they are having a conversation with labels or usually it's a vulnerable state. That's why sometimes I feel like as an artist you go through that state, but at times come that you must look this work. You can't do it alone. You have to have a partner, an investor. And so I would advise anybody, when it's time to have a label conversation, study, listen, and make a good conversation. Whatever percentage that it is at the time of your capacity, do it within the shortest possible time. But when the time comes that there's value, have a conversation of partnership. Do you understand?
But another question is it that maybe sometimes when it comes to signing onto these music groups or labels, you do not involve maybe lawyers and other professionals to assist in getting the best deal possible?
Yes, and also desperation. Sometimes before an artist can be discovered, it's a lot of hustle. But when they hear the sound of a helper, they run to it.
I think that is a major concern.
Yes, and here it's not like the a person who is coming to invest lets you know that you are somebody who is going to create. No, we are trying to make it will work. So this what we do there. Yeah,
looks like a sweet deal.
It looks like that. It is before you realize everything is in your face, and that's why many times artists get to a place and they say that I won't do it again.
They want to be independent.
Yeah, they get to a place and they say that they won't do it again. Like they want to go independent, and there are stories all over. And many times when it gets there, people think that the artist is now big. No, the the due well the time of the duration of the contracts, people made money, especially the investors. People have made, but usually those are the time where they recoup.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes a partnership deal after that whole event would be good.
Mm-hmm.
But usually around that time, people go around the artists to go and try and sweet talk them and all of that. But for me, I didn't have that type of any type of like action, like like I'm trying to do something against the war. I'm somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
So you
At the time we were signing off. I mean, there was nothing. Do you understand? What I
Relationship was
expected per
good. Mm-hmm.
our conversations had not been delivered.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was working I was working home as a broken person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? And so
Okay. But then now you would advise a partnership. That's
I'll advise
better.
a partnership.
Okay.
A partnership. You see a talent, have a partnership, something. And if the investors will hear what I'm saying, they will go longer. Sometimes they are taking 70%, an artist is taking 30%. Do you understand? And the artist is seeing that okay, he's going to do this, and they pay them 100,000. He gave him his 30K, but he knows that you took 70K,
Mm-hmm.
and that is your due. But when 3 years have come, and you want the person to come and say, because you gave birth to him and you named him, you understand?
You want to take
you named him. It doesn't work like that.
Of course, I mean,
A person, any smart thinking person, would also say that, oh, let's have it this way.
Mm-hmm. 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 So what's this year? You said you might probably have a live show. What be about 4 months to the end of the year? What is going to happen for Qweci Oteng this year?
I'm having conversations with partner minded people
Mm-hmm.
so that we can have a long term something. I may use this year to lock it down, or depending on how fast my conversations go, then we can see things happening from this year.
Is there new music coming from Qweci Oteng?
Yes, I released a new music January 2 this year. There's a new song ready called Favor. I'm trying to uh, shoot a video for it, and
But Fever is already out, right?
Favor is not
Not
out
out yet.
I've not
Okay.
released
Want
it.
to shoot a video before
I want
you?
to shoot the video. Some people release it before, yeah, but I'll release it with a video. But that song is it's just something else.
It's going to
It's
be a
going to
big
really
one.
a big play. Yes, because I'm always led to do stuff, and I feel like this one, God wanted me to create music that decrease favor, because favor does not work without activation, and that activation is done with our mouth, with our words, the things people say, open doors or closes doors. And so the song is affirmative, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, we are all looking forward to your
Yes,
music. I know
yes,
that you
yes,
may.
yes.
You would always deliver like you always.
I can't wait. I can't wait to next.
So, Mr. Oteng, I just wanted to also ask you about the state of the Ghanaian music, generally music industry generally, whether gospel or whatever the case may be, in relation to other markets. Do you think there is a decline in Ghana music, or we are on the rise path?
I think we are rising, but we are not there. We are not moving fast enough. Almost every country that understand music has their governments engaged in drafting policies, or fast tracking policies that will transform their music, because the musicians of a country represent the energy of the country. Whether you like it or not, that is the case. You may not like a musician, but they represent your energy out there. For whatever reason, I don't know how our country, we've not gotten that idea yet. I don't know who advised Nigeria. There was a time that nobody wanted to do business with a Nigerian. There was a time that all over the world they were called 419. You understand? And there was a time that they were seen as crooks and all of that. I don't know who advised them that, hey, listen, let's empower musicians. The musicians did the work for them. Today, it's cool to be Nigerian.
Yes, it is. Very.
It's cool to be Nigerian because the how they've been able to push their craft and push their efforts out there. Why? Because they fast-tracked ideas. Do you see? I was in Nigeria. I sang God They Bless Me on a radio. They played my song. They were interviewing me like this, and they played my song. After first verse, no, the guy ended it. Chorus, maybe first God, if you God They Bless Me, oh, so I was with somebody the guy was like, no, why? The guy is here for a concert. He said, no, the policy doesn't allow playing foreign music.
That's serious.
And they registered, as long as you registered that they are license and this thing, you're supposed to promote Nigeria. The law supports it. Our law does not. Of course, they keep saying they want to pass some laws. And I'm not talking, that's what I'm saying, using the word fast track. Do you understand? Such that it is a crime to use our state and private
radio stations to promote.
Registered radio stations and TV stations to promote foreign things. It is not wrong. It is not a wrong thing to do that. It doesn't mean that Ghana, they know that we are bad. It's not so. If that's how to run a country, that's how to run a country. As long as you have a country, that's how to run a country.
I agree.
There must be value for being a citizen in a country. You can't have a country that the value
you consume more foreign,
Yeah, which country is that? That's how our football may never recover. As long as we have Arsenal supporters in Ghana, Chelsea supporters in Ghana, Manchester supporters in Ghana, our football may never recover. Why? Because they see excellent pitches. They see excellent football, great passing, nice sound, nice stadiums. Then you go and you are going to play House of Folk and Asante Kotoko at where? You understand? You go to watch how can the people support these things or come? It doesn't work like that. But at the same time, in a system that supports from in-house, such that these boys are stars. They have TV time, they have radio time, they have a sponsorship that is sponsoring them, like what these guys are doing in their places.
We should.
You can have our system also rising to the occasion. But as long as things are like this and people are watching us now, looking at Messi, you see that that's the balance. Now, I don't even know anybody in our national league here. You see, I don't know anybody. Nobody comes to mind. But I can easily mention names of foreign. That's a situation that happens. If a country's development engineering, I'll use the word engineering, is different. How to engineer development is different. It's totally different. It's different. And it is a certain intentional thing. Do you understand? For a long time, Nigeria was not importing rice. I don't know whether it's happening now. They don't import cement. So can you imagine you're a cement producer in Nigeria, producing to more than 200 million people?
You give employment to a lot of. I mean, it's true. I think that these are basic things that we can work on as a.
Sometimes I can watch the decision makers, then but then I know that usually when you eat, you get food to eat morning and afternoon, evening. Maybe it's like what I realize that people is that when they are okay, they feel everybody is okay. Yes. The other day I was with some people and we were talking about something, And they told me that I should do a document and bring. They don't know. They don't know about the music and all. They say they don't know. That's how even our people are treated around the world. Yeah.
That's so unfair. That's so, Mr. Oteng. So I think you have really showed us a lot about your journey, your music career, even the music industry itself. Some of the details we did not know, and what it takes to actually put music out, and also your life as a Christian and how much it has impacted you, and how even it shows in your music as well. We also would like you to share more with us. For example, aside the music, are there any other plans that you want to indulge in, anything else aside music? I know that I think you have the church. I don't know whether you are a pastor, a youth pastor, or all of that. So how are those things going for you?
Oh, they're going cool. I'm doing the church situations low key. I used to be posting about it and things, but now I'm not. I'm doing it low key, and I'm looking at getting into things. But um, the power of television is that even if I talk about things that I want to indulge in right now, people will say that I've stopped doing music, and that's what I'm doing. And so, of course, with time, things will come up. But otherwise, getting ready to put out new content and new stuff. And I can't wait to let.
So, any final words for your fans? I know you have a lot of fans, including
Yes.
myself. So.
I mean, just feed your mind with great content. Yes. Read as many books as you can, because in a world of misinformation, now what's happening on social media is misinformation. Not everything is true. And even what people believe about people is not true. Like, it's not it. Like, let's become research oriented and like make time for reading. Yesterday I was on the pool side. I was not like, I had a meeting by the pool side, and then some ladies were swimming, but they were on their phone and they were eating. And I told a person I was with that is the culture that we do here. In another culture, the same pool situation, they'll be reading books. Do you see? They'll be reading books. Somebody will say that, okay, when they were on their phone, they were reading. It's not true. I know what they were doing. They were taking pictures. It is okay to do all that beautiful things, but let's have a culture that informs the mind, intentionally developing ourselves in a time and a world where misinformation is everywhere. You can see a news and it is not it.
It's false.
It's false. Let's be careful.
Thank you so much for coming, Mr. Oteng. Hopefully we get to meet again. All right. Thank you so much. All right.